talk about putting these prevention programs in place and identifying new areas to focus on, what would be really powerful tool is a trend over time. So taking a look at fire frequency from 2008, 2009, 2010. 2010, you begin this targeting initiative. What happened in 2011, 2012? If you see a decrease, that's a great message to the community where it says this initiative was worth our while. Those smoke alarms that we bought for the community was good. That person that we hired as a fire prevention specialist, that was well spent money.
Right. And let's not forget the public education specialists, because they're the ones that are really out there interacting with the community and getting the message out. I mean, realistically, what we're trying to do is prevent loss of life, loss of property, and we need to do that proactively. And the use of data and analytics to make those trend determinations is really important in that.
Yeah. Yeah, and from a fire frequency perspective, you have the decrease in frequency, you have the loss of life, and I think there's a couple ways to quantify it. So there's the frequency loss, which at some point can be associated with property loss down the line, because you have to think about the severity. But then there's also the notion you just mentioned of injuries and fatalities, and that's quantifiable. It's difficult to put a dollar value on that, right? But that's certainly a quantifiable component of what the value that the service is providing to the community.
I think it's really important the community understand, and they're not getting this message. I don't think they truly understand it, or we probably wouldn't have this fight that we're having with residential sprinklers. Is the fact that over 3,000 people die in this country every year from fire. 80% of those are in residential homes. And there's over thousands, tens of thousands of injuries from fire. We're really the worst industrialized nation when it comes to fires. And we need to fix that. We really do. And if we use data and analytics to start to find trends, to find the areas of our community that we can have an impact, we need to make that impact.
Yeah. And we know that sprinklers historically have reduced fire fatalities significantly. Right. One of the things I was taking a look at recently, Tom, is so ISO recently added a new component to its schedule called community risk reduction. You mentioned that term. And essentially it's 5% of the total score. So the actuaries believe it's very important. And I'm beginning to see a relationship between the community risk reduction score for communities and the numbers of fires. Right. So you talk about the public safety education and bringing people on to do prevention. It's looking like the actuaries were right, where better prevention programs results in less fires. So not only do you have the results that you can take a look at with regards to less fires, less fatalities, but now you have an idea of what you can do in order to achieve those results.
Well, and that's absolutely true. I mean, I mentioned previously that America Burning in the 70s was the drive for fire prevention. And I can give an example. In one department I worked for, we had 3 people in fire prevention. And once we realized the importance, that staff grew to 19.
Wow.
They completely changed their focus on us going out and putting out fires is preventing fires from starting. And that's really ultimately the goal, because if the fire department responds, someone's either being financially, physically, or emotionally hurt. And if we can prevent our response, that's when we're actually serving our community. And that's our focus now. And the community risk reduction is fire prevention on steroids, basically. It's taking it to an all-hazard approach to looking at everything, including emergency management aspects and preparing communities for disasters. And when you do that, you're really working to improve the safety of your community.